verbally attacked, you know, people giving you the side eye and all this, all like that, looking at you like you're crazy. You gotta suffer wrongfully, and just take it patiently, because the Most High will justify you. Most High not wicked. There's no wickedness with the Most High. If you put away your iniquity and you walk uprightly, doing the things that you're supposed to do, Most High, it will justify you in due time, But until that time comes, you suffer wrongfully. Who you worried about, man or the Most High? I deleted that, man. Psalms 105:18, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron until the time that his word came. The word of the Lord tried him. All right, so he's being tried, man. It says, the king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. All right, so after Joseph suffered wrongfully, all right, he was let loose because he had to interpret a dream. Genesis 41:14, then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, it is not in me. The Most High shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace. All right. So he is able to interpret the dream through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And that's ultimately why he got let loose out of the prison. All right, so starting off, this man got sold into slavery. He worked in the house and had a good name, but he ended up going to prison because of a woman lying. But was let out of that prison due to the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, giving him the ability to interpret dreams. It says he made him lord of his house and ruler of all his substance. All right. I've heard this story referred to as from the pit to the palace. All right. Because now he's getting exalted because he stayed faithful to the Most High. Genesis 41:40, it says, thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. So the only person higher than Joseph in Egypt was the king. It was Pharaoh. All right. It says, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. All right, this man was just in a pit. But he kept the faith. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried before him, bow the knee. And he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. He gave him power. The Most High really gave him power. Because he kept the faith. He didn't start cursing the Most High. He took what he had to take. So going back to the original point, everything, this is the mercy and the favor of the Most High, which may not always be understood, by man, through the eyes of man. What may be looked at or seen as your destruction ultimately just be a test to strengthen you. You know, getting sold into bondage by your brothers. It's crazy. That'll break a man, a faithless man. A woman lying on you. You know, even to these days, this happened to a lot of brothers. A woman lying on you, and you know how they do fabricate shit, and you know, basically everything. They know they're really good at manipulating and making themselves look innocent and like they're the victim and you're the bad guy in every situation. You know, this happens to us today, but for at least for myself, it wasn't as extreme as going to prison. This man had to go to prison for that, but he kept the faith. You know, the Most High is not always chastening you to destroy you. You know, to the unwise that may look at such. That's why coming out of the other side of that tribulation, that chastening, you know, bearing the indignation of the Lord until He see fit. That's why coming out on the other side of that feels so good, not in a prideful way, but just, you know, I stayed faithful to YAHAWASHI, even when, you know, all was lost. And Joseph is a perfect example of that. You know, He made him Lord of his house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure and teach his senators wisdom. So He is teaching them. You know, the same Hebrew, you know, that they threw in the pit. And was a servant. You know, of course, once again, he got sold into bondage. So he was a servant, then a prisoner. Now he's a ruler. All because the Lord YAHAWASHI was dealing with him. All right, hopping back up to 14, Psalms 105 and 14. He suffered no man to do them wrong, yet He reproved kings for their sake, saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. All right. The Most High was protecting His anointed. Once again, he looked like he was down and out, but he was still being protected. You know, it's just, let's say, the naked eye, the unlearned eye, you know, couldn't, what they call fathom that. The carnal eye, let's say that. He didn't get it. But this man went from a servant to a prisoner to a ruler. He was only, say, he was second in command of the whole damn Egypt. All because of that faith in YAHAWASHI. All right. He made him Lord of his house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his prisoners, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and to teach his senators wisdom. So even the senators, the government, okay, he was guiding them. So he went, you know, from a servant to a prisoner, to the top dog. I'm gonna call him a dog, but you know what I mean. One of the heads of Egypt. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.